Hey guys, Robert here from, of course, the Walker Reviewers. Today we're bringing a review to, of course, the 100th episode of The Walking Dead. That is Season 8, Episode 1, titled Mercy. So yeah, this is the 100th episode. It premiered, of course, last night. It is written by Scott Gimple and directed by Greg Nicotero, so, of course, two legends. So we're going to go through a few of the plot details and kind of discuss them and discuss what we like, discuss maybe what we didn't like, and kind of give maybe our overall score out of 10 and give our overall thoughts. So, Nick, do you want to talk a little bit about the episode first?
Sure. First of all, I have to say they really done better than season seven. I would agree with that because season seven was a bit slow to start off with, but it got better near halfway through the season. With the Walking Dead 100th episode, it just went straight into All Out War, and I really love the ending with All Out War as well. How basically Rick and the gang are ready to face Negan on the hilltop.
Yeah, but
So
but would you say that it was better than season 7, episode 1?
yes, for
You would
sure.
you would say it was better than season 7, episode 1. So I wouldn't go that
Yeah.
far. Now I think this episode was good, but I don't think it really struck me as much of a premiere. Like it was good, but it wasn't that good. So yeah, I don't think it really was much very like a premiere. Like I feel like it was I could have seen this as more of a second episode or a third episode. It didn't feel like very striking to me as a premiere. Although I did think the episode was good, I expect a little bit more from Walking Dead premieres because they tend to put a lot of stuff into their premieres. And that's not to say that
And a
seasons
lot of money also.
yeah, and that's not all to say that all season premieres are good. Season 6 premieres I thought was garbage. I thought it was okay, but as a premiere it was awful. Season seven's premiere though, I thought season seven's premiere was really good. Like I really loved that episode.
For me, season five was probably the first best. Well,
Yeah,
second best
that
for me.
that was the best premiere ever. That generally that episode season five's premiere was the best. However, this premiere I think kind of is better than season 4. It's better than season 6 definitely. Um, I don't know if I'd say it's as good as season 2. I don't know if I would say it was as good as it's better than season 3 as well. Actually, I didn't like season three's premiere that much either. So yeah, it's kind of in the middle at the minute for me in terms of premiere like rankings. But I did really like the rally at the start. I think they did that really well. The actual attack on the sanctuary, I really liked how they went into detail with the cars and the panels and all that. It was really good. The speech to Negan with his lieutenants, and we met, of course, a new lieutenant who's called Regina, which I'm glad it's setting some new things up. Um, we had Daryl Morgan, Rick sort of taking out all the guards, like all the watch posts, with of course Dwight
As Dwight
communicating
gave them the information.
yeah, Dwight
So
communicating all the different things and them taking those people out. I thought was really good. The attack on the sanctuary was awesome with them directing the herd as well, with Daryl, blowing up things, blowing up shit to direct the herd. I think was awesome. Really good.
yeah, I agree with you there because with Daryl's great gun that he had stolen from the Savers, of course, I feel like he becomes more of a badass character now because many fans hated his character in season seven after when he went into imprisonment by Negan.
See, I don't know. Like I think it was good. Like I didn't like Daryl in season 5, and I didn't like Daryl in season 6. I wasn't, and to be honest, the second half of season 4, I was not a Daryl fan anymore. I would became more of a Daryl fan in season 7. With this now, I'm feeling like I'm going to, they're kind of making him almost unreal. Um, not to say that that is unrealistic. No, it's not. You can blow gasoline tanks up with a revolver. That's pretty easy. But they're making him like making him this badass character again. But I like him when he's on his knees groveling and I like the emotion side but behind it, and the stuff, that scene with him and Maggie in season 7 I thought was brilliant. It was really emotional, really good. So yeah, I think so far it was pretty good though. The stuff with them taking out the guards I thought was really good.
It was kind of slow at the start, but it really picks up once you get more and more guards away from the
Yeah.
outpost.
We have obviously the stuff with Carl and Sadiq, so of course we have. Well, at least we think he's Sadiq. It should be Sadiq. However, he doesn't really look like Sadiq from the comics. He almost he's very he's scrawnier looking. He's a bit smaller as well. He looks also younger than Sadiq. But I do
Maybe it's
think
a brand new character.
it's possible it is a brand new character, but I still think they are introducing Sadiq earlier on because at the end of the day, they've got so many characters in the time after All Out War. There is so many characters. I don't really think they can afford to give us many characters. This is why I was very weirded out when they added Jadis and the Scavengers, because I personally think if Jadis and the Scavengers are not killed off this season, they're gonna have too many characters next season with the New Beginning. No, but of course we have the stuff with that and Carl leaving food in the end. Like that was nice. I like that. It's a bit old school in a sense, like meeting new survivors like on their own. It is very old school Walking Dead. Like we don't usually get that anymore. We get communities, but I like it because it's the 100th episode and it's kind of coming full circle almost. And the fact that they directed it and they shot the scene with Carl just like they shot the scene with Rick from episode 1. The way that they mirrored that, I think, was really awesome, and it was they really did it well done, and like they got it from certain details almost exact. It was just brilliant. So yeah.
Now, what I was gonna say was because we see that Carl has grown and mature, and he is acting more like a kind person, not like Rick. How Rick doesn't trust anyone anymore. Carl does trust some people now.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to help this guy out really because he understood that he was hungry and stuff, and that's all he wanted. He just wanted
And
some
Rick was
food.
like, "Nope, get out of here, scumbag."
Yeah, and of course we have the stuff with near to the end with Gregory, of course, because we have Gregory back, and Simon pushes him off the thing when he says he's a bad investment. So yeah, Gregory gets pushed off the thing, and of course Gabriel, being the kind man he is, saves Gregory, but Gregory fucks him over and takes the car and leaves.
Have you got your shitty pants on?
Yeah, and then of course Gabriel is trapped, so he has to go into that little cart with Negan. But I've just got one little thing. I'm pretty sure Gabriel's gun was probably got a few more bullets in. Like, surely he would just like point that at Negan and be like, "Mate, I've got a gun, you've got a baseball bat." I don't think so. No, but of course we had Rick trying to shoot Negan, and that's the reason Gabriel was left behind. And obviously Rick's kind of blaming himself. It sort of was Rick's fault. I don't know what the
Because
yeah
Gabriel saved Rick in a way from
yeah
actually doing something stupid. Because
yeah.
they had to capture Negan, and well, they do capture him in the comic book and All Out War. So it would make sense to actually leave him at his outpost for him to be captured in the next few episodes afterwards.
Possibly. I hope to God though they do bring All Out War right to the end of season 7. Although they are dragging out source material, I just think it would make a much better season. But yeah. So whatever. Of course, the big thing we're missing out on is of course the flash forwards. So of course we
I
had.
like them.
Yeah, I think the flash forwards. Now of course we saw Old Man Rick in the trailer. So we knew this was coming. I kind of thought it would be some sort of flash forward, but what it ended up being is, of course, Rick getting out of bed. He meets, of course, Michonne and Judith. He looks so old, and it's really good. And of course, he also meets Judith, who's now like 3 or 4.
9 years old.
She's not 9 years
You were
old.
saying it's 9-year-old.
She's not 9 years old. I don't think.
Ah.
I think she's like 4. I don't think she doesn't look 9. Well, she's not meant to be 9 anyway. Depends actually. They could always, to be fair, because they are restricted so much, they could just say that they could change the 2-year comic book skip to like a 4 or 5-year comic book skip if they really wanted to. So in the show it's like a 4 or 5-year skip. That is completely fine. I would be actually that would be a lot better if they did that personally, because it would fix a lot of things, especially the big problem with the timeline in The Walking Dead is just Carl. Carl is the main problem with the entire timeline because
of his age gap in the real life.
Yeah, because Carl
years old, which in the comic book he's meant to be 20 now. Am I correct?
In the comics he's 13.
13 in the comics.
He's 13. Sorry, he's 13 in the comics. I think he's meant to be 14 in the show, but you can tell he's older than 14. So. Yeah, but the flash forwards as a whole were done really well. I really enjoyed what they did with them. They are really nice, and I think that they kind of fitted in.
It.
What? You love Rick?
The
yeah.
music.
Oh, the music.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
music was just great. How they got Another One Bites the Dust, and Rick was like, "Who the hell is playing this song? Is it a game or something?"
Yeah. I think overall though it was a really, really good episode. It wasn't well, it wasn't amazing. I don't think it was quite premiere worthy, but it was a really good episode.
At least the intro for The Walking Dead was not at the start. I was halfway through the episode.
Yeah, yeah. Um so yeah, I mean I guess what would you rate this out of 10?
For me, I would rate it a 7 out of 10. It was good. The only bit that I didn't like about this episode was like the whole thing with Judith, how she showing Rick the owl house.
Okay. You
That
didn't
was,
like that?
I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was kind of like cheesy in a way.
Okay. I would say it was about 7 as well. I think I would agree with that. But because I think I was expecting a little bit more for a premiere, but overall it was a pretty solid episode. It kept you on your seat. It didn't, the problem with The Walking Dead is I think it sometimes the best episodes are only the best episodes just purely because of the action, not because of the story. So a lot of people say No Sanctuary was a really good episode, but that was only purely because of the action and not the story. There isn't really much story to No Sanctuary. It's just them escaping. No Way Out, however, I think is a much better episode because there's a lot of story on that because it's all these people who, Rick and the townspeople, and he's not really that friendly with the people in the town, the people who were there before, and they all come together to defend their home, and I think it was much better than No Sanctuary that was just purely action. This one, however, had both story and a bit of action, so I do think it is good in that sense. I still think No Sanctuary is better just because it's more entertaining, but this had a lot of story and a great bit of action, so it is a pure 7 out of 10 for me.
And I also liked that as well how Rick says to Maggie, "I'll follow your lead after when this war is over." So is Maggie going to become the new Rick?
I think what he means by that is when obviously the war's over, they will have all their communities. He will be looking towards her for leadership ideas because she'll be running the hilltop while he'll of course run the Alexandria, and I think he will
And
be
who do
look.
you think has died? Because we saw Rick, in a grave or standing next to the grave, and he's looking really upset.
Yeah, that was Glenn and Abraham's grave.
Oh, right. I thought it was someone else that has
No,
died.
no, no,
And I was
no,
like,
no.
oh, wait.
That was Glenn Abraham's grave. That was just him looking towards them. I do think some people are going to die. I guess a few big questions from these episodes is: will Gabriel die? What will happen with Gabriel? Because it always almost parallels what happened with Holly. It makes me think that it's possible he could die. At the same time, though, we've already got Holly's death from Sasha, so it doesn't really, to me, make sense to kill him off. It would just not really make much sense to me. Plus, of course, his comic book death is way down on the line. We're nowhere near his comic book death currently, so it would be a bit annoying if they gave us his death a little bit too early. I guess another one is what will happen next? Where will the war happen next? I think it probably will happen at the hilltop. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you there because, it's sort of like a green area. So most likely will happen at Hilltop, to be honest.
And do you think Gabriel will die?
Possibly, or I think maybe, Negan will use Gabriel to get over advantage of Rick.
Yeah, possibly. Anyway, so shall we wrap this video up then?
Sure, you do want to end it?
Yeah, go for it. So anyway, guys, that's it for the review. Please tell us your opinions of this episode. Of course, so comment. Please like, and if you could subscribe, that would be awesome. So yeah, that's bye from me.
And bye from Nick.
See you next video.